There's been a terrorist dropping bombs on the doorsteps of African Americans and Latinos in a Texas neighborhood. And as his improvised explosive devices have cost people their lives, many are wondering if this is the work of a white supremacist. Now, when I take a look at this terrorist, I have to call him what he is because this individual is no different than those terrorists that are a part of ISIL or a part of the former Al Qaeda, because the actions he is participating in by placing these improvised explosive devices on the doorsteps of American citizens is just as much an act of terrorism that just like those improvised explosive devices were designed to kill soldiers. Unfortunately, most people in America won't see this individual as some sort of terrorist, and they will use the term white supremacist to try to shield this person from their actions. And I'm not going to shield this person from their actions because when I take a look at this beta male or whoever it is who is delivering these packages of death, they are no different than any terrorist who was a part of Al Qaeda or ISIL, a person who is just looking to get attention for their political cause, and they're doing it by costing innocent people their lives. No, these cowards need to be called what they truly are, and what they truly are American terrorists who are out to terrorize people of color, like black people and Hispanic people, and are using this acts of violence as a way to get attention for their cause or to drive black people out of their neighborhoods or to have black people fearing for their lives in neighborhoods where they worked to buy those homes, where they worked to maintain those homes, and where they worked to maintain a certain quality of life. And most people need to understand this is that if we allow these terrorists to continue having power in America, they are going to make life unsafe for everyone in America. Because if this individual believes they are making America great again by putting improvised explosive devices on the doorsteps of people, then they're sadly mistaken. Because you placing an improvised explosive device on the doorstep of an American citizen is the same thing as an ISIL terrorist or one of these homegrown terrorists who makes one of these pressure cooker bombs, like the one that wound up killing many in that Boston Marathon and maiming many in that Boston Marathon. And Americans need to stop calling these guys white supremacists, if this is the case, and start calling these guys the terrorists that they actually are, because their homegrown terrorism is something that is on the rise, and it's something that these individuals need to be held accountable for. If we can hold people in ISIL accountable for their violence, we need to hold these individuals accountable for their violence as well, because their violence is designed to have people afraid, and when people are afraid, they're made to feel like they're not safe in their own country. And it's not right that American citizens are not made to feel safe in their own country by other American citizens who believe that they are going to make America great again by participating in acts of violence against other Americans. No, that doesn't make America great again. All it does is show me that these individuals are nothing but cowards, and they don't have the courage to go face to face with many of the individuals they say they have a grievance to, nor do they have the critical thinking skills to take a look at the bigger picture as related to the state of their country. If they took a look at the state of their country, they would understand that many of those black people and Hispanic people they were trying to murder with these improvised explosive devices were not the real problems as related to this country. Your real beef is with those rich people, but you don't have the courage to go put one of those IEDs on their doorstep because you know that the consequences of that would be dire for you. And this is what was with this bomber. He's really a coward who does not have any courage to go out here and confront the rich people who he has an issue with, No, he wants to use black people and Hispanic people as a scapegoat and then participate in acts of terrorism against them and hurt them because he doesn't have any backbone or stones to go after the rich people he wants to go after, the people who he blames for his problems, nor does he have the courage to go out here and make America great again by doing something like building a business or focusing on putting himself first. Because when it comes down to these terrorist cowards, these guys, they can spend all this time learning how to build a bomb, but they don't have the courage, conviction, or character to take that money and resources, to go take that money and resources that they would use to build those bombs, to go build a business or go build an institution that will allow them to live the American dream. No, these people are so caught up in their own misery, they want to make life an American nightmare for people of color and black people, because for them, they are the reason why everybody's having problems, when the real reason they're having problems stares themselves in the mirror every day. When I look at this terrorist who is dropping these improvised explosive devices in this neighborhood, Americans need to see him for the terrorist that he is, and they need to stop spinning things and calling him a racist white supremacist or whatever they want to speculate him as. Let's call him what he is. Let's call him an American terrorist. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.